Risk management. One more super important part of trading. And once again, there are so many important things in trading besides actual technical trading, which is finding the exits and the entries and the structures and the signals and so on and so forth. And only the one who knows those aspects and uses them correctly can call himself a sustainable, good trader. So let's talk about risk management. So many people ignore it. It's unbelievable. Especially the beginners. They have no idea what it is and how to use it with trading. And this leads to complete disasters and complete wipeouts of deposits. People lose everything. And oftentimes people lose because they do not care about risk management. Trading is a business, and any business uses risk management. Even when you are buying or selling cars, so if you're a car dealership, you are using risk management. So you take a specific car, you review it, you see how many potential issues it might have, would you like to buy it and then resell it? And so you evaluate the risks when you do something. And when you're a trader, it's pretty much just like being a car dealer. The only difference is that you deal with financial market products, not cars. So you deal with stocks, futures, or any kind of other derivative products. And you, of course, as any other businessman, must have risk management. And a very correct one and a super strict one. This is one of those topics that are not flexible at all. If they become even slightly flexible in certain situations, that's it. You are setting yourself on a collision course. So in general, no risk management, no potential for success. Risk management is just as important as trading psychology, technical analysis, and all other trading aspects. So let's start with something really simple. And that is a risk for any given trade. So when you start your platform, you start trading on any given day, and you click buy or sell, and you actually bought, let's say, a stock or a futures package or any other contract, you're in position for climbing prices. Now, in case if the trade goes against you and you will lose money, there is a thing that is called a stop. It's a line that defines a position at which if the price comes to this price level, then the trade will automatically close. And this is the risk management 101. You must have a limited risk. But that is very simple. Now, more complicated is the topic of how big can that risk be. And the risk for each trade cannot exceed 1% of your trading depot. And in the very beginning of your trading career, making 10 mistakes in a row, it's possible. It's not very likely, especially if you've been paying attention to this course and you will do everything that is necessary. And then 10 losses in a row, it's very unlikely, but it can happen. If you ignore risk management and your trade is set to 10% risk from your deposit, God help you. That's why I use 1% risk rule. It takes 100 mistakes in a row to be completely wiped out. You will probably make some losses in the very beginning until you get used to the whole concept and to this work in general. But your main goal in the very beginning of your trading career with money is to minimize those learning costs. Because in the beginning, those aren't going to be losses. I want you to think of them as learning costs. But that's a little bit diving into psychology, and and you've been through that already. Let's say you've started with $1,000. That means that your risk per trade is not more than $10. Now, I always recommend people to start with even smaller than 1% risk. You can start with 0.2% risk, 0.5% risk. And slowly, as you feel that you're improving and you're making constant profits, just increase the number. That is okay. But we'll talk about it in later chapters. And a lot of you, I know that probably will break these rules because you will be tempted. You will see that, oh, well, I made profit 1 week, the second week, let me try and do 5% risk. And of course, your potential return will be 5 times greater. But trust me, if you do this, sooner or later, it's gonna bite you in the ass. Now let me quickly introduce you to the stop system as well. So now in the platform right here, depending on your platform, the Pro Realtime is quite nice in terms of that. You have a buy and sell buttons, and as well you have here an automatic stop, which now is set to 4 points. So in case if the stop is pulled, we will lose 100 euro. Since this is a full future, the DAX, 1 point costs 25 euros. So let's see how the stop works. Now the 4 points is a little bit too short. 4 points is more for hyperactive trading, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. But in general, for the DAX, I use a 10-point stop, which is 250 points per trade. Let's open a position, just ridiculously. So we went into climbing prices for no reason here. Now, as you can see, there are 2 lines that showed up. This is this one, which is our entry position, and there's the bottom one. And this one is your stop. If the price comes down to this level, the trade will automatically close and will not let you make more minus. So this is pretty much the basics of risk management, and when you enter into a position, you must always have a stop. There is no way to trade without one. There are a lot of extreme situations in the market when there are explosive moves against you. It will happen, and if you do not have a fixed stop, you will sustain, you probably will sustain heavy losses. And then in each trade, besides a stop, there is a thing called take profit, and we can add it in Pro Realtime by just selecting add limit, and we can just put it, I don't know, roughly here, and say that if the price comes to this point, we will automatically close the trade in profit. So these are the 2 things that we are going to be using, and these are relevant to your risk management, and I will be teaching you how to calculate them correctly, and depending on a market situation. There are different types of stops, and they are calculated differently, and they are all used in different market circumstances. And as for the take profit, it's a lot simpler to use, and it's a lot simpler to calculate, and I will teach you that as well, but later. All right, let's close this trade. Let's take our profit of 25 euros. All right, good luck on your test. As always, enjoy your homework, and I'll see you in the next lesson.